Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about inhibition, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. All right, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, tell some friends. Of course, give me the earth of fines a really thumbs up like so I say hey. And of course, follow me on their social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat. I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, in this video, we're going to talk about your inhibition, which can definitely help things happen, help your manifestation and your life come into fruition. Because you know what we're all about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and hotter penis. Help you naturally raise your testosterone, your HGH. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor. I'm here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about your inhibitions. And inhibition is something that you might have felt when you've been, tuned up on something else, getting lit. You know what I'm talking about, drugs, alcohol, however you got in that way, just to let you know that there's more to life than the way that you automatically go. And a natural state of somebody that's, got no inhibition or whatever is like being childlike. And that might sound like, well, why would you want to be childlike? And that's really what it all comes down to, is like, the divine plan of what we really are, because we essentially came into this world perfect and beautiful, and everything else was kind of created there along the way as something to help shape you into the person you are today. And that could have been quite beneficial or quite counterproductive, depending on what we're trying to achieve. And when we're going beyond just being a robotic repetition of doing the same thing to just get the same result, then wanting to get back to that childlike, inhibition free is definitely something that can help you out. And I'm not saying that everybody out there should do drugs or alcohol or any of that kind of thing. I don't condone the use of it, but I just intend on people to at least be able to know what that feeling feels like, because the more that you're in that state, the closer you are to source as you can be. And me, every day I'm doing that Wu Wave flow. It's a Tao practice, which is the path of least resistance. And I'm always finding ways along the day that I can just I'm like, if I hit something right away, it can definitely keep me in the track on, finding more time throughout my day. If I wake up and I don't, do something that is more productive into like everybody's got their tasks or whatever, and essentially that's what the Wu Wave flow can definitely, like everybody's got their obligations and their accountability, and you could count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. All right, Mr. Larson, Happy Gilmore 2020. Here we go. Here we grow. You know what we're saying today, but I'm just saying that whenever you let go of your, getting out of your own way, definitely find a path of least resistance. Everybody's got things they got to accomplish, but you don't have to do them in a specific order. Just do the ones that just flow to you the most natural way, and that's going to definitely give you, for one, a more beneficial ride where you're going to be able to enjoy what you're doing, and it's going to be able, to help you, have more time. And then but more or less, it's going to be able to make you enjoy your time. And that's really what this all comes down to, because the more that you're doing this, the more you're doing something right. The smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. And that's something that you always got to know. There's something that comes with the growth. And when we're talking about, your inhibition, and we're talking about naturally raising testosterone, human growth hormone, me, I got my techniques, the masturbation for manifestation, which I can teach you more hands-on in the BCC, the jelking, the edging, the super Kegels, the super edging, all these special techniques that have been mastered through me, continuously ongoing, continuously practicing for me to manifest even more size, even more muscle, even more, huge piece of meat swinging at the knees, striving at the pecs, making you your best. So like I said, get at me, drop me an email. I'm here for you. Set you up a, you know, a nice Skype session. You know, I got premium snap. I got a whole bunch of options that I can get you into, you know, some type of grow that can help you out in the 2020 grow, because that's where we're going with here, man. And understand that, you know, we are all magic, we are all divine, and the universe is on our side. So write that down. It's one of my favorite mantras to say throughout the day. If you just feel that you gotta bring it up for a little bit, you just go ahead and say, I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. And whenever I say that, you know what it comes down to. I'm coming back from the gym, but I want to get pumped up again anyways, because I love to share the mind muscle connection. Thanks to Paramahansa Yogananda, who says the mind's the wielder, the welder of muscle, that is telling you that your mind is putting on the size. Doesn't matter about how many reps that you're doing at the gym, what kind of sets that you're doing at the gym, what kind of exercise, how many squats, heavy squat, no squat. Forget about anything. It all comes to the mind and what you believe, because like Rocky Balboa says, that is realistic, believe in yourself. So you better believe, and you better understand that you can grow, because Paramahansa Yogananda is the one that brought yoga to the West, making people be their best, relieving the stress. Steve Jobs read the book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, where they talk about magical things that can happen on a day-to-day. And you are your own resistance. You are creating a size, and I'm blowing up on the screen every single day, getting bigger and stronger and making myself better, just to let you become the best version you can be. And understand that everything that's inside of you is inside of me. It's inside the blue. It's inside whatever you want to feel, because I know that all truths are true. You just got to find the ones that make you. And whenever you gotta get one last set out, I'm already feeling my blood boiling. I'm feeling the sweat going. I'm feeling my body growing, skin glowing, and let you know that it's all here. It's all beautiful. So go ahead and you want to get one set out. Even me at the gym, you go ahead and you scream and you shout, even in your head. Just feel it and say this: I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh yeah, man. 2020. Getting lit, getting ripped, getting beautiful. This is what we all come down to. It's a beautiful thing. Look at that. Grow today. Feeling the flow, feeling beautiful. And that's something that you always got to know that you can grab onto. I'm just giving you a reminder. Energy's always there. So go ahead and grab it. Don't worry about people telling you how you're supposed to feel. You're your own resistance on how you're supposed to feel, how much sleep you're supposed to get. Essentially, of course, you know, everybody's got, you know, what they got to do in a day. But I'm saying some people can run off less sleep than others, and you are your own, you know, resistance that can let you do that. So if you're saying that I can get a little bit of sleep and be beautiful, then you can. If you're saying that you need, you know, 12, 15 hours, then you're going to have to find a way to find that to, you know, come into your life. But other than that, you know, you're the one that says that you can, you know, essentially have whatever you want. So for that, I say salute. You know me, coming out the gym, I just had me some steak and eggs, and I've been, you know, been holding my accountability, you know, with my New Year's resolution to gain some more muscle and, you know, do my thing and find my way. So I say salute. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Like I said, you know, I don't really drink. Here, hold on, let's drop this bun. Have some fun. You know how we do here in the BCC. Get the Jesus flow going. It feels good. That's a reward in itself. Just let it down at the end of the day. Whew, it's a beautiful thing. Look at that. Hair flowing. Crazy, man. I mean, you know, it's been bunned up for a few hours. You know, doing my Stairmaster, the cardio, and everything that I had today was a beautiful way. My yoga, groga, definitely helping me manifest the best. Those are things that I can also teach you in the BCC, because I feel that you don't necessarily need to do, you know, everyday typical, you know, bodybuilder exercises. But like I say, man, if you're a beginner to this whole game, anything and everything works. So remember that. It doesn't matter about, you know, following so many programs that are out there. Just know that whatever you're doing is going to help you grow. And as you go along the way, that's where you start getting all this information that can help you. Like, oh, I want to do this, and oh, I'm going to start lifting heavy, I'm going to start lifting light, I'm going to start doing full body split, this, I'm going to have a keto diet, I'm going to be a vegan, this, that, and the other. All those things are choices that resonate with you and how you feel, because they essentially are all part of your personality, which creates your personal reality. And Dr. Joe Dispenza, gotta give credit where credit's due. And if you're somebody that feels the need to be a vegan, then by all means, you do you. And you just gotta listen to the story that you're telling yourself. If if meat is making you feel a certain way, then that you gotta change what you gotta do, because that's what's gonna bring the best for you. But if you're just essentially telling yourself negative things, and you're still continuously to do that, that's no good for nobody. Like I like to say, if you think that drinking alcohol is no good for you, then you're gonna feel like you're drinking battery acid every time. But if you're drinking and you're saying that this is beneficial, this is food, this is fuel, this is life, you're gonna be putting that into you, and everything's gonna be all right. So you got to understand that there's no wrong way to anything in life, man. This is a one-way street, two-way street, three-way street, four-way. Who knows how many 5G? You don't know how many quick Alex Jones got the 5G scanners, government documents, folks. I'm sorry, man. You know me, man. I'm always going off on random tangents just to make sure that you're here and you're understanding that if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear, because the universe is a mirror. And if you start loving yourself within, everybody's going to love you back. But when we're talking about keeping this clear, of course, there's special, ways of meditation, and just being able to get away from your thoughts today is definitely something that's going to help you tremendously, I promise. And, you essentially are a repeat manifestation of your, what's going on in here anyways. And that's why, whenever you go out there in everyday life, you got to be able to raise your vibration, as they say, the holistic types. We're just saying that all it comes down to is just getting happy, you know what I mean? Because that's what we really are, man. All these, like I say, man, all these little tips, tricks, techniques is it's just getting you back to the beginning, because everything else was already stacked and racked on top of you as we go, which is why we're talking about things that get you away from your inhibition, to let you know what you really are, because we're all from the stars. We're all beyond this, realm of what you've been told. And that's why, I always say this, man, we might all live on the same planet, but we're all from different worlds. And as long as your world's coming with love, coming with energy, like the Tao Masters say, you can do no wrong. And that's a beautiful thing. Always got to share my Matrix hack since I got the heart up, man. You know what it is. You know how we go. When we're talking about, being in a room, seeing somebody on TV, hearing somebody on the phone, all you got to do, like I said, you see somebody in traffic, you just intend on that person. Don't even have a neutral thought about them. Whatever thought comes across your head, just go ahead and just say this. I intend on that person, that being, to feel love in some kind of way, to feel beautiful today, and you go along your way, and you hack the matrix for the better. You give yourself purpose. You are changing the reality of where you're at, because you're raising your own vibration, because essentially everybody that you're seeing is a piece of you anyways. So whenever you're out there today and you're letting that guy know, person, whoever, you're intending on that person to feel love, you're intending on yourself to feel love. And when you're starting with love within, like I say, go by the mirror, say how you doing, whatever type of, however it goes with your own flow. Because everybody's got their own ego quirks and tips to get them through the day. And you might have something that just makes you feel great, saying high five, or whatever you got to do to just make you feel all right. Well, I say, all right, all right, all right. Matthew McConaughey, got to give you a quick Wooderson analogy, some Dazed and Confused. You know me, loving my movies. They always make me, it's something that resonates with me. And, as silly as they may be, there's always a lesson in anything that you watch. I don't care if it's a Disney movie, even Moana. I gotta go out and say that. Moana brought me to tears. I'm not one to say that I'm not ashamed of my emotions. It was a beautiful story to me. And you know what, since we're talking about Moana real quick, I could say the reason for it was just, seeing this girl that left her island, and everybody told her that it was hard out there, and she's like, you know what, I gotta go do this because it's gonna help everybody else. And you know, all these little problems that would come above, you know, and you know, like the coconut thing, like they were nothing but a bunch of little coconuts. She got through it. She learned how to sail and find the ocean, and it was a beautiful movie, man. And you know, like The Rock says, man, you're welcome. You know what I mean? And or Maui in the movie. Beautiful movie. It's something that always resonates with me. And anything, you know, if you can find a story that can make you feel beautiful, essentially, out of anything. Like, look at me. I get inspiration from a Disney movie, from 80s flicks, from Rocky Balboa. I mean, all these things are messages that are essentially source energy, or whatever you want to call it. And this is what comes through all of us when we are in that flow state, as they say. Just whenever you're feeling your best, living my best life. You know what I'm saying. And when we're talking about releasing your inhibitions, you know, the things that come to life is being able to anchor to a situation that you can really come back to. Because if, you know, the more that you do something, like, let's say, like, you're a musician or whatever, and, like, you know, every show that you did, you were wasted. I mean, you know, obviously being wasted all the time is no good for nobody. But if you were, you know, performing, like, you know, a champ or whatever, and you just decided, like, I don't want to be wasted all the time, you're going to be able to tap into the energy of how you felt regardless, because the experience was always unfolded no matter what. You're going to be able to grab that energy. So I always say that if you want to, you know, feel something in an inhibition, you know, without inhibition, sometimes, you know what I mean, you got to tune it up any which way you can. I say salute. Moderation is key to anything. And I understand that not everybody can do that, because, you know, people have different stories and situations that they're in. And, you know, some people, like, you know, it reacts with people differently. But for the ones that understand that you can use it to give you, you know, they give you that boost for a real quick moment to let you understand what it feels like to get loose. That's something that you're always going to be able to anchor back to. And the reason that alcohol will never beat, you know, at least beat me down or beat you down, is because you love yourself. And when you love yourself, you're going to not want to drink so much of that you're not going to want to wake up and be 100% you the next day. And that's really my take on drugs or anything that you do. It's like, obviously, you know, if you're getting tuned up all day, every day, and twisted, you're not going to be able to wake up and just be like, all right, it's time to go to the gym, it's time to go to the job, it's time to do whatever you got to do. It's just not going to happen, because, like I say, every type of, you know, everything that you put in your body has that wear bar. And, like, once you get to that level, you know, over here, like, you're sky high, but over here, it's like nothing. That's why I always say alcohol is a bridge. And I, you know, always use my the Lost Boys analogy. You know, have you ever seen that 80s flick? You know what I mean? 2020, here we go. You know, what I say is, you know, alcohol, you know, and the spirits, as they say, like, you know, tequila, vodka, you know, anything that's over, I believe, 30% alcohol, or 15% alcohol, 30 proof is when it becomes a spirit. Don't quote me on that, but something along those lines. It's a liqueur. But regardless, be as it may, any type of thing that you drink can essentially take you to the spirit realm, as I like to say, because, you know, the more that you drink, the more you let your guard down, the more you let your inhibition down. And this is where people, you know, it's going to be more esoteric, more way out there, where people say that essentially spirits can take over your body and, you know, do other types of crazy things. But I always like to think that, you know, there's some good spirits out there, and when they see the keys to a Ferrari, they might want to, you know, take it for a ride, pop the clutch, granny shift, and not double clutching like you should. You know what I mean? Drift it around and do some things that might blow your mind, because, you know, that could be the story essentially about when you come back from being wasted anyways. Like, wow, you know, I did something great. I'm not saying that you're going to always do something great, but sometimes there's like a memory that you only did because you were wasted. And just maybe there was a spirit guide that was on your side to help you along the way. But then when you did something crazy and they're like, that was not me, it was somebody that was just, you know, yeah, that got the keys they shouldn't have been driving, you know what I mean? So be as it may, the Lost Boys analogy, when we're talking about, you know, hanging on the bridge, you know, into the spirit realm, it's just like that one more drink, And, you know, once you cross, like, you know, you could be riding high with the vibration of a buzz. Because if you think about it, a buzz is a vibe. And once you're once you're up here at the end of the bridge, you're holding on, and you got Kiefer Sutherland looking at you like, come on, Michael, jump, Michael. And you're just like, you know, that one more shot, and you're like, oh, yeah, then you let go, and you're like, oh, and you wake up, you're a vampire, you're floating around. That's what we're talking about when you're going into the spirit realm. It's about that one last drink or one last whatever to get you to that next level where you're completely beyond your own, you know, character or whatever. But when we're talking about dropping your guard down, we're just talking about being able to experience that so you know what it feels like, so you can tap into that. And for that, man, I say salute and 10 on you guys to spread some love today. Feel beautiful today. Get out there, do anything different, change it up, and, you know, just let go, man. Get back to that childlike lifestyle that you were born into, man. You already had it from the beginning, so let's tap back into that. Let's re-erase it. Let's go back and make beautiful things happen. Get out there, spread some love. I love you guys. You guys are beautiful. We are magic. We are divine. We are gods. Don't forget that, man. So whenever you're going out there, always love and respect everything around you, because they're a reflection of yourself. So make sure you're loving yourself. And like I said, get at me on my social media. You know, follow me. My kids see on the Instagram, and they're always there. My wolf and my bear. They're beautiful. And we got a lot of beautiful things coming in the 2020 Throwdown. So I'll be seeing you on the next one. And like Rocky Balboa says, yo, I don't need no bell. So make sure you ring the bell. But I know if you made it this far, I know he's always doing that anyway. So I love you guys, and I'll see you around. Peace.